Okay, Nate. We've been on a bit of a hiatus between your traveling and conquering the world with Vegas and Jersey or whatever you global traveler you. But I sent you an article a while back because I was like, okay, we got to talk about this. The New Orleans or Narlands, I believe they say
New Orleans.
Narlands if they're in
New
the
Orleans.
area. No, Narlands. They roll it together. It's kind of like here. Yeah, well, here we have Norfolk. It's not Norfolk, it's Norfolk.
Norfolk. Okay.
Narlands. And I'm probably not exactly right, but it's closer to Narlands. Anyway, this mayor had literally wrote or stated that she had to fly first class and use the taxpayer money, mind you, for first class in the sum of like $36,000. And she was saying, oh, hell no, this is my right. I have to do this. Why? Well, because it is unsafe for travel for a black female. So, Nate, am I to assume that your wife is traveling first class when you're jet setting to Vegas and everywhere else because it's unsafe to her?
Cantrell refuses to reimburse $30,000 that she used to upgrade her flights. Airline tickets, basically. She insists that flying coach is unsafe for black women. Here's the quote. My travel accommodations are a matter of safety, not of luxury. As all women know, our health and safety are often disregarded, and we are left to navigate alone. Anyone who wants to question how I protect myself just doesn't understand the world black women walk in.
So, yeah, we do fly around a lot. My wife, she flies coach with me because I don't think it's that unsafe. But my God, like to me, this is somebody who is running a city, and this is the excuse she comes up with, that coach is unsafe for black women. So all the black women who fly coach, let's just be honest with you, 99.9% of black women who are flying, do you think they're flying first class or coach?
No. How about all women?
Well,
bullshit on black women. But 99.99% of all passengers fly coach.
Oh, no, agreed. but let's stick with the whole black women.
Okay.
So unsafe for black women. But so 99.9%, like you say, all passengers. But then you can extend that to black women. It's like,
well, not New Orleans mayors. Can't extend
not New Orleans mayors. But why would she think that would be a reasonable response? Because I think that's as you guys know, I'm pretty much independent. I like to call myself center right on some issues, center left on certain issues. But what this shows is that this mayor is so
racist.
Maybe.
No, but no. Think of her worldview. Think of her worldview. It's scary.
The thing that scares me is that it's the defense is because this is an attack because I'm black, and it's obviously not. And that's why I think she brought up black women, because it's like whenever you get in trouble, just say, "Oh, it's just happening because I'm black." Now it's all happened because I'm a black woman, and it's like no one's buying that. But the fact that she thinks that she can say that credibly and somebody's going to buy that is the issue, I think, in this story. Because how stupid does she think that we are, that we're not going to recognize that that's all bullshit? You know what I mean?
This is a very disturbing worldview. Now, you're right. I'm sure you're right. She's just trying to pull out a race card to get out of wanting to fly first class, probably because she's just arrogant and feels like she deserves it. I'm a mayor, damn it. And I would have more respect for her if she would say, look, I am representing my city. I am in an important role, and I am flying first class as if I am an important person. I am very important because you are important and I'm representing you. Now, it would be a bit arrogant and it might be clunky to a lot of people, but I would appreciate that a whole lot more if she was just honest, in my opinion, and said this is a status thing. Damn it, yeah. I ran. You voted for me. I'm going to fly first class. I'm sorry. You know what? I have more room. I could do more work. It's more comfortable for me. I have to represent you at this location, and I need to get my rest. I need to be refreshed. I need to be ready. And this is how I choose to do that. And I'm very sorry. If you want to itemize it or change the budget plan, fine, whatever. If she said something like that, I would be like, okay, well, you're kind of greedy. You're kind of this or that, or maybe, or I might say, I don't know, maybe she has a point. But when you immediately just pull out a race thing, what is your policy now? What is your policy for the city? What is your policy for other people? What are you saying is actually going on with residents in your area and how they are treated or not? Because this is sending a more profound message other than trying to sham out a payment, you stupid person.
Well, let's see, because now
the mayor of New Orleans facing fierce backlash after a local government investigation found she used city funds to upgrade her international flights to the tune of nearly $30,000. One first-class trip to France last July cost over $17,000 alone. At the time, the mayor saying this:
expenses incurred doing business on behalf of the city will not be reimbursed to the city.
She went on to explain that the upgraded travel expenses were for her health and safety relating to the COVID-19 pandemic.
My health and well-being is a priority, and especially it's all doing city business, and I have to be at my best doing it.
In a statement to several other
Oh, shit.
Anyone who wants to question how I protect myself just doesn't understand the world Black women walk in. Now a petition calling for her recall is growing.
Yeah, I wrote part of her script without even knowing she said that. Obviously, somebody like me got to her and saying, no, I'm representing. She literally, I swear, I just said that a minute ago, and saying that would be a better response. But my God. And then even the COVID thing, I'm going to say bullshit, but then, people, whatever, they do believe in that and they're very worried. A lot of people don't fly. Okay, fine. Whatever. But, okay. Go ahead, dude.
This recall is because of the job performance of the mayor.
Over 10,000 people have signed the petition, many claiming her travel controversies and a rise in crime as the main reasons behind the recall push. New Orleans crime has skyrocketed this year, with homicides up 142% since 2019, and their own Metropolitan Crime
Did you see
Commission
they misspelled
naming the city
homicide?
the murder capital of the U.S.
They misspelled homicide. They say homicide. Hey guys, it's a homicide. Watch out.
Homicide rate.
It's not as deadly. It's not as deadly. This is like murder light, Nate. It's homicide. It's a new species.
And their own Metropolitan
It's a scientific
Commission
breakdown.
naming the city.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Well, it's the sad part is New Orleans is the murder capital of the United States. I didn't realize that, but yeah, it is though.
The murder capital of the U.S. But Mayor Cantrell telling our affiliate last month she sees the recall as a distraction.
Like I've done with every crisis, with every disaster that I've had to face and challenge that I've had to face, I do it with integrity, I do it with dignity, and I do it with hard work.
After months of being embroiled in the controversy, the mayor now saying she will pay the money back.
I will have to reimburse the city for those business expenses.
She didn't.
Oh my God, this woman's got to go. This is terrible. I'm sorry. There's no way with integrity. It's like, well, while you're doing that and the crime's going up, which policy is it that's helping the crime rates? Because we got to watch out for those homicides. Thank God we're not all the way up to murder.
It's I think the biggest problem with this story is that this mayor is obviously, the job performance doesn't seem to be up to par, but she seems to just be trying to, since she couldn't convince people that this was a racial issue, now I think she just got her hand in a cookie jar and just trying to just make it seem like it's a nothing issue. But no, if you're essentially, not following the rules, it's a big issue. And you got to admit, it's a big issue for one of the poorest states in the nation, one of the poorest cities in the nation, trying to recover, and the mayor is just nilly-willy spending their money like this. I think it's the problem. So.
Yes, and to quote our great friend Viva Fry, when you step in dog shit, it's best not to keep walking around.
Did not say whether the money would come from personal funds or her campaign.
Because it wasn't a business expense, then that really does give me the wherewithal to adequately refund the city of New Orleans for business services rendered on my behalf.
Business expenses. She's found the new term, business expenses now.
So so she's not paying shit back. She didn't clarify. It's coming out of campaign money. Oh, come on. This person's got to go.
Cantrell telling our affiliate WDSU she does not need to provide a timeline for the repayment.
Are you able to tell us when the money will be repaid, Madam Mayor?
I'm not doing that. I don't need to do that.
This isn't the first time she's been.
So hold on. So you don't even have to. So now, when it's being paid back, who knows? I said I was going to pay it back. I don't know. Where's it coming from? The thing with the campaign funds that makes me a little interested is because that's other people giving her money to run again. So it's not even coming out of her own money. So she's
That's
trying
my
to be
point.
slick
Yeah.
with
So
it.
she's just slippery there. So it's still not affecting her. Still enjoyed her flight. How was that?
Oh my
Extra
God.
cocktails.
Oh, she got some other stuff.
First time
great.
she's been accused of using taxpayer dollars for personal use.
New Orleans mayoral candidate LaToya Cantrell used her city credit card.
In 2017, a criminal complaint was sent to the Attorney General's office suggesting improper credit card use.
And a $600 meal on the city of New Orleans.
The documents were obtained by WDSU, and Cantrell reimbursed the city over $9,000.
Cantrell did pay the money back, but in some cases, those payments were made months, even years after the purchases.
Cantrell and her legal team denied wrongdoing, and after a year-long investigation into the 2017 payment, no criminal charges were filed.
I work for a corporation. Okay.
Okay.
I've been given a company credit card.
Yeah, I have one. I have one too for the city of New York. I had one. So yeah. No,
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. Now, you tell me if you did this shit. Because I could tell you right now that if I did this shit for my I was using my company credit card, because there are people who do it.
Yes.
I would be terminated immediately.
I'd be in jail.
Exactly. And the next jewelry purchase could be some silver handcuffs, because they may or may not press charges. They might just terminate, get the money back, you're out. But this is wrong on every level. You are taking somebody else's money and playing, and then doing this with the tickets. This is showing a pattern of behavior here that goes beyond making a personal decision. This is some really disgusting, ripe arrogance of, who are you, Queen of Sheba? Give me a break. I don't have anything to say about this. I do think that there maybe should be criminal charges considered.
Yes. I think, well, I don't know, because she does have a hell of a pattern of continuously doing this stuff. A hell of a pattern. She did it once, did it twice. This whole thing about spending extra money. I'll say this. When I had a city and a state credit card, I had a state credit card and a city credit card. If I went and spent anything that wasn't, for city business on that card, they'd be looking to put you in jail. They'd be looking.
You probably knew people who got put in jail, don't you?
Yes,
or at least heard of them.
For misappropriating city funds, because
Yes.
and they give you a specific list on what you can use that thing for. So her going to dinner and all that stuff, she's essentially using the city as a piggy bank, and then saying I don't have to pay for it till years later, and then saying I don't have to pay for I'm because they're expecting this, but I'm going to pay for it through campaign funds. This person is manipulating the system and getting around the reason why you have these cards and you do.
And this is who's running the city, folks. This is what's we're not talking about somebody who works for Park and Recreation dumping trash cans, misappropriating credit card funds, which, by the way, would be probably locked up immediately. We're talking about the person in charge of the city. So if this is what they're doing with petty stuff, what are they doing with the real things?
Yeah. What are they doing with the real things? What are they doing with the real things? Ugh. So it's at the end of the day,
abuse of power, an abuse of responsibility, abuse of character. I mean, there's a whole laundry list of how disgusting this person is. And sorry, go ahead, take us.
No,
I'm pissed.
No, I there's like a little bit left to this, but let's see what else this mayor has been doing with the city's money.
Oh God.
Maya Eaglin joins us now. Maya, do we know why Mayor Cantrell decided to finally pay up the upgraded airfare?
Tom, so the city attorney and her chief administration officer actually did a review of the policy and found that these extra charges did have to be reimbursed. Additionally, there was a lot of negative press surrounding this incident, so the public pressure for her to change her mind was pretty strong.
So you have this public pressure campaign. You also have now this recall campaign. What exactly is it going to take for the citizens of New Orleans who are unhappy with their mayor to get this on a ballot and to get people to vote for it?
So the petition currently has 10,000 signatures, and we know that 50,000 more need to be added to that document in order for it to be added to the ballot on the February election. Once it's there, Cantrell can challenge that, but it also could lead to a special election, in which case she would have to rerun basically for mayor.
Oof. So
I would like to see her leave in handcuffs. Why bother? Just lock her up.
Oof.
She can be mayor from prison.
So you think she should be recalled? They're only 1/5 of the way there. They only got 10,000 signatures. They 50,000.
I think she should be prosecuted. I think that the state should step in. I think that should go to the attorney general. Because obviously the person in charge of the city is corrupt. They're acting in a corrupt manner. Who is there to tell them what to do? The people can maybe recall, maybe not. I think this goes beyond a political measure, though. Don't you? Do you think this is just a political malfeasance? This is actual economic misappropriation of funds. This gets into the taxpayer, and I think that the attorney general should have an investigation on this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely think she should be investigated, because once, twice, and there's either more stuff coming out, like the fact that she's living in a city-owned apartment, and the city-owned apartments were only supposed to be used for official use, not personal use. But since she's living in it, she's using it for personal use. So this has been a question.
I'm the mayor 24 hours a day, Nate.
Yeah,
it's always, yeah. I mean, come on.
But
you know what she's doing. We all know what she's doing.
There's a lot of issues. I don't know. I think they should investigate, but I think at the end of the day, it's really up to the people of New Orleans, right? If this is the person they want to run their city, who am I to say? But I will say this, though. They seem to be being very underserved by this mayor, who seems to be exploiting whatever opportunity she can to not reimburse and to do all these different things. And I think, to happen to be forced twice to pay back the city for personal expenses that you're paying with the city dime, I think is abusive. And I think she should, I think there should be some penalty for that.
I don't know if you remember, and I cannot remember exactly whether it was Louisiana or New Orleans, but there was a saying of, we don't expect corruption, we demand it.
That's Chicago, baby. That's Chicago.
No, Chicago is Lenny Kravitz saying that Chicago is so corrupt it's thrilling. Not Lenny Kravitz, Lenny Bruce, the comedian. It is so corrupt that it's thrilling.
But let us know what you think. Do you think this mayor should, last another term? Would you vote for this mayor when she runs a second term? Do you think she should be in jail? Let us know in the comment section, and we'll see you next time.